assistant coaches, Mike Moses and Melody Pritchard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for your USCA Pacers. She's a 5'5" sophomore guard. She's from Floyd, Virginia. She wears number 0. Meet Destiny Harmon. A 5'6" graduate student guard from Plano, Texas, wearing number 2. Kendall Parker. A 5'9" sophomore guard from Vandalia, Ohio, number 23. Sammy Martinaro. A 6-foot freshman forward from Canton, Georgia, wearing number 22, Riley Simmons. And a 6-foot junior forward from Beecher, Illinois, wearing number 4, Rhiannon Zeller. The head coach.
Good afternoon, folks. Happy Saturday. Coming to you live from the Convocation Center here on the campus of the University of South Carolina, Aiken. It's Kyle Dawson and Jordan Phillips bringing you the sights and sounds this afternoon. Winston-Salem State making the trip down to pay a visit to the Pacers. Both teams off to 1-4 starts to the season, but Jordan, an opportunity right here as we kind of gear up toward this holiday stretch to build some momentum that both teams would love to carry into conference play.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned, both these teams off to a little bit of a slow start here, but and a perfect opportunity here to build on the season going forward, get some momentum, and take that on into conference play as the holiday season kicks off here.
Ball in the air, and we are underway. Destiny Harmon controlling it for the Pacers. Sammy Bardinaro wasting little time stepping into a 3.
Now, wide open look there from Sammy Bardinaro, and she's going to hit those more often than she's not, and she shows you why you can't leave her alone on the three-point line right there.
Rams trying one right back. That one a bit strong from Karina Scott.
Good positioning there for that rebound from Bardinaro. She's getting it done on both ends of the floor right now.
Christiana McLean trying to cut off that pass. Harmon doing a good job slowing things down. This one will swing around. Will pump fake. Eventually back to Harmon. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound brought in by Maya Madison Walker.
A lot of size on the floor right now for the Pacers. I'd look to see them get active on the inside so far, but 2 threes from the offense so far.
It's the Rams that'll look to go inside here. That one off the glass, no good. That was Sierra Hunter. And Kendall Parker went for the little handoff there to Bardinaro. Gets it back in the corner. Long jumper. It's good.
3 possessions for the Pacers so far. 3 3-point attempts, and they're 2 for 3. That'll work every time. You're shooting 66% for the entire game.
Coming out firing from deep.
A nice rotation there on defense from Sammy Bardinaro. Got lost a little bit, but enough pressure to force the miss.
Drive. That will be knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Pacers. That was Riley Simmons on the take. Bardinaro looking for somebody, goes inside for Rhiannon Zeller, knocked away.
A lot of pressure on that inbound pass from the Rams. Pacers need to try to get somebody a little bit of separation, but the Rams doing a good job of preventing that.
Yeah, they look there to get that separation for Bardinaro, not there. And now kind of the compounding of errors there with the foul given in the backcourt.
Yeah, tough defense, back-to-back possessions there from the Rams, just not allowing the Pacers to get anything going on that inbound pass, and defense with a chance to lead to offense now.
Rams again trying to work it inside. That time again with Hunter, and again Strong kind of gets the unlucky bounce off the iron.
Zoller doing a good job creating that pressure on the inside, forcing those tough shots from the Rams bigs here early.
Harmon inside Zoller. She will get hit for the travel there. If it looked like maybe absorbed a little bit of a bump and just tried to regain her footing, and instead got whistled for steps.
And Zoller leading the Pacers this season with 9.4 points per game. They're going to look to get her going offensively here.
And Zoller, a player during her time here who has, battled injuries here and there, and that's kind of derailed stretches of play where she's, looked like a potential all-conference type player. And really that was the story for this team last year, is that there was no consistency to be found because you couldn't keep the same 5 players on the floor at the same time. Nice drive there from Bardenaro.
And to your point, Bardenaro was one of those players who missed a little bit of time with injury last season. Rhiannon Zoller as well. It was just all around. And when you can't build that consistency like you mentioned, there's no way for the team to gel. There's no way for you to really find your identity. This team never really had a chance to do that last year.
Another drive there from Hunter, and just no luck for her. And a foul given in the backcourt.
And more tight pressure down low from Rhiannon Zoller. She's doing a great job at the rim this game. She's just forcing those tough shots and doing just enough to disrupt the flow of the offense without getting any fouls. She's doing a good job on that.
Harmon looking for somebody. This will end up coming back inside, but a kick as Zoller was looking to establish position down there in the paint.
Riley Simmons kind of living outside on the 3-point line, and you see why when you look at her 3-point percentage, 57% on the season. So look for her to get active from that perspective here as we go on in this game.
Held ball there, favors the Rams. Rams just trying to see something fall at this point, but that'll be another empty possession on the travel.
And defensively, you can't ask for much more than you're getting right now from the Pacer defense. They're doing a great job forcing turnovers, disrupting passing lanes, just doing a great job on the defensive end. Just need to see a few more shots fall here, and they can really break this one open. There's that three-pointer, and you see right there,
it right up.
57% coming into the game and building on that. Just a true freshman is Riley Simmons.
Make it 11-0. Pacers 3 of 4 from 3, 4 of 5 overall. And again, an 11-0 lead here, just over 4 minutes into this one. And that'll take us to our full media timeout. All Pacers to start things out here. back in after the first media timeout. USCA can 11, Winston-Salem State nothing. Here on a Saturday afternoon in the Convocation Center.
Yeah, rough going offensively so far for the Winston-Salem State Rams, but the Pacers doing just so much good stuff. And these, again, just tight defense there, forcing that traveling turnover.
And that will be turnover number 4 for the Rams. You combine that with 0 for 6 shooting, and the Pacers holding a 6-1 edge on the boards.
Pacers just doing such a good job defensively. And again, we mentioned starting to kind of develop a little bit offensively as well. Nice turnaround jumper there off the mark, rebounded by the Rams.
Good look there from Serena Baker, but no luck. Kind of a wild drive there. And the 0 for start continues. Baker was able to draw the foul down low. As that was Christiana McLean kind of getting Baker hooked a little bit down there.
Leading scorer for the Rams, Christiana McLean, with 13.4 points per game. She's much like the rest of her teammates, off to a slow start here.
Parker with it, still plenty of time. Open shot in the corner. That one goes down for Morgan McDermott.
And nice hesitation there on that three-pointer from Riley Simmons. She had a little bit of a contested look, but found the open player in the corner for the bucket.
And she looked like she was almost already off the ground when she changed her mind to pass it. So the right call. High banker, no good. McDermott in there fighting for the rebound, does not get it. Is it time now? Yes, it is. So the 14-0 run has ended.
And offensive rebounding there, the reason for that. And again, pulling the ball down, goes in and tries to finish off the glass with a miss.
McLean off the glass and in.
Transition opportunity there for the Rams.
Now a chance, too, to set up some pressure defense in the backcourt should they choose.
Cutting that lead down to 10.
Harmon all the way takes the bump.
Strong drive there, drawing that contact.
Harmon, she worked her way into this starting lineup as a freshman. We mentioned earlier about the injuries and the inability to really establish any consistency. She didn't end up in the starting lineup because of an injury. She earned her spot in there because of the way that she plays defense and the way that she got out there just to compete possession after possession. Her offensive game only continued to improve really on a game-by-game basis. Now you're seeing what you can expect to be a long-time starter here.
Yeah, Coach Mark Miller last season just raved about the defensive effort of Destiny Harmon, and you could see a visible change when she would come into games. You could see the defense change just by her being out there. She's an anchor from that spot, as she nails 1 of 2 from the free throw line there. But again, a player who grinded her way up and got into the starting lineup, and she's earned that role this season.
And, really got into it. I believe it was Clayton State maybe, was one of those early conference games was when she made her way into the lineup. So a youngster, but already with a full really season of Peach Belt Conference basketball under her belt.
And that was great effort on that play from Serena Baker to cut off a backdoor cut and force a bad shot as we see the turnover there.
Long pass up ahead, defense recovers, but a nice off-balance effort there.
Pacers fortunate there. Riley Simmons could have gotten whistled there for a foul, but instead it'll just be a bucket.
Paris Webster hands that off to Harmon right over in front of the Winston-Salem State bench. A little contact there. A little more contact there on the attempt from Baker. No good. Rebound Rams.
Just a little bit of a wild attempt there from Baker. Had an open path to the basket, just didn't quite realize it.
Long jumper is good.
Just like that. This one's down to single digits, and
a little 8-1 run for the Rams.
Winston-Salem State with a chance to strike here.
As they've been able to turn defense into offense. Tough jumper there for Paris Webster.
A little stop-start action from Paris Webster, a little fadeaway jumper from the free throw line. Gets the Pacers a little bit of offense here after a lull.
Another player who got some quality starting time and big minutes as a freshman a year ago.
Often playing the 1 to Gentry Worley's 2 guard last season. That's a great player to learn from for a true freshman.
See the foul given, sort of at free throw line extended. That'll be on Baker. Only the second foul against the Pacers here in the opening 7 minutes and change.
Both teams playing clean so far. Just 2 fouls for the Pacers, 3 for Winston-Salem State. Not a lot of contact, but a lot of drives.
See now another jumper on the way, no good. Zaller able to secure the rebound. Webster has it poked away, but regains possession, has it knocked away again, but that time, a little bit of contact.
Nearly lost the ball over the half-court line there, but kept it long enough. Now they'll have a chance to take it out from the side of the court there.
Back with Webster. She'll look for Baker. Baker on the drive, pump fake, has the shot blocked.
Looks like she wanted to work it inside to Rhiannon Zaller there, but a charge.
That'll be the push off on McLean. Got that off arm all the way extended there. Makes that a really easy call for the official.
Great job by Baker there to draw that contact. Forced the turnover after she lost her shot on the offensive end.
That'll get McLean out of there, as that is her second.
Second foul for your leading scorer in the first quarter, never what you want to see, so it'll be interesting to see how the Rams respond here offensively.
Yeah, McLean leading the way for them at 13.4 points per game. You got 4 other players averaging at least 7 a game. So the Rams know they have options, and the more that they can do to create turnovers and play strong defense, the more they'll do to create, transition opportunities at the other end. This will be a chance, though, for Rhiannon Zaller at the free throw line. First one up and in.
Zaller coming into today shooting 64% from the line. She goes 1 of 2 there.
1 for 2 trip. Rams nearly turned it over in front of their own bench. However, possession maintained. That was Lania Symes, who I think once she made it past her own bench without getting the ball knocked away by one of her own teammates, I think she had it in her head she was going to the rack.
Yeah, and nearly costing her team there, but unfortunately for the Pacers, Rhiannon Zaller going to be whistled for the foul there. That's her first. As that one rattles in and out, so no danger for her just yet.
Symes is one of those other 4 players averaging at least 7 a game for the Rams. Also their second leading rebounder at 7.4 a game.
And an 83% free throw shooter, so the Pacers lucking out a little bit there off that 1 for 2 trip. Easy call there on that foul. She wrapped Jakaya Mack, kind of wrapped her up a little bit there in front of the official.
Well, and that is number 2 on Mack. So 2 of the Rams' top 5 scorers have a seat here in the first quarter with a couple of fouls.
And Kendall Parker to the line now, shooting 67% from the line this season. Off the mark there, a little strong on that one.
Second one comes up short. Maya Madison Walker snags that one for the Rams, who can cut this back down. Get as close as 6 with a 3 here. 3 dialed up off the top of the backboard.
Like they were going to have a fortunate bounce there for just a second, but instead It'll be Pacer basketball. Sammy Pardonero to take it out.
And Karina Scott had the same idea I did on that one, doing the mental math. And going, hey, get it down to 6 with a 3.
Why not?
And anything in single digits, I think, is going to feel good after starting out down 14-0.
Yeah,
without having hit a shot and having turned it over so many times.
The result here for the Rams, you come away from this thinking it could be way worse than it is regardless of what happens the rest of the way in this quarter. And they'll get a steal there.
That turnover battle is really starting to even up. As Symes gets in there again, 5 points for her. It's an 18-11 ball game, under 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Stingy defense leading to that transition opportunity. That's going to be the name of the game for the Rams going forward.
And the double team there does not produce the turnover, though, as Parker with the presence of mind to tie up on that one.
And just
with the possession error.
Just more tight defense out away from the basket from the Rams. They're doing a great job forcing turnovers there near the half-court line to get those transition opportunities.
And the Pacers, who, relied exclusively on the 3 early in the quarter, you see if they'll dial one up here. Instead, drive. Mid-range jumper, no good. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. 10 minutes gone. USCA Aiken leading Winston-Salem State 18-11. Quarter number 2 soon to be underway here at the Convocation Center. 18-11, USC Aiken leading Winston-Salem State. Kyle Dawson, Jordan Phillips here bringing you the action. USC Aiken stormed out to a 14-0 lead. But Jordan, we saw over the last few minutes there, Winston-Salem State really able to kind of right the ship a little bit.
Defensively is where the success was coming for the Rams. They did a great job forcing turnovers and getting opportunities in transition to cut into this lead. The Pacers having a lot of success from behind the line right now. 4 of 5 from three-point range. You love to see that. But the Pacers going to have to get a few more of those opportunities going in this game. It's what got them this lead in the first place.
Right. It was 4 of 5 during that opening 14-0 stretch pretty much. And it's not as if the Pacers kept attempting them and didn't make them. There just wasn't another three-pointer attempted the rest of the way.
And another thing that the Rams did well in that first quarter, second chance points. You see another example of that right there, cutting the lead to 5.
Nia Symes with 7 points, 3 rebounds. And they're really looking for her to kind of pick up the slack with Christiana McLean and Jakaya Mack, both having those 2 early fouls.
5 points so far for Riley Simmons. She was one of the 4 3-point shots for the Pacers there. Nice little baseline fadeaway jumper for her there from the elbow. A turnover there, not really
Rams
sure.
gives that one right back. There may have been a May have been a travel called there. Got screened out by the official as the call was being made.
And it was textbook defensive positioning from the official there. And a jump ball call. It's going to stay with the Pacers.
Yeah, Pacers had the early edge in the turnover battle, but Winston-Salem State kind of surging back forward in that regard to force 4 of them in a row pretty much during that stretch to get this one to within single digits.
And another foul there on Maya Madison Walker, her second of the half. Couple of Rams now in some foul trouble here early in this half.
And you wonder how long you can keep them out here in the second quarter. How much you want to potentially risk that third one in the first half as Sammy Bardinaro with the baseline jumper. She's got 7 points. The lead is back to 9.
And the Rams, despite that, those fouls, not shying away from physical play down low. A lot of bumping on the defensive end from them.
Symes again on the drive. Riley Simmons won't be dinged for the foul. Symes, who you mentioned earlier, a very good free throw shooter to go with all of those other attributes we've been talking about here in the first half. And that's a 2-for-2 trip. 9 points now.
Yeah, 2 for 3 from the field there to add on to 3 for 4 from the free throw line. She's giving Pacers fits defensively.
Hanging and scoring is Rhiannon Zaller. After it looked like Corey Little may have forced a turnover there for the Rams. Pacers able to keep it, and then they score.
And Zaller's first field goal of this contest. Pacers going to need her to get going offensively as she blocks that one. And then gives up
the foul after giving up the ball. And that's a tough way to take your second foul of the first half.
And a tough stretch there from Zaller. Got the bucket, got the block on the other end, got the rebound, and then turn it over and force the and one. And she's going to take a seat.
It was really just about the full range of basketball plays you can make, all happening in the span of about 10 seconds there.
Yeah, just about every bad thing that could have happened right there happened for Rhiannon Zaller.
But good things.
As well, yeah.
Right to it.
A lot of outcomes in that.
That's a good way to put it, a lot of outcomes.
A lot of outcomes there in that two possession stretch.
Long jumper coaxed in by Simmons.
Nice little jumper from Riley Simmons. She's showing off the range here.
Pacers 10 of 16 from the floor to start this one out. Symes on the drive and had to really put some English on that one to get it to bounce in.
Sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good, but unfortunately for the Pacers, Symes appears to be both.
Doing both right now.
Yeah, appears to be both with that little move there and a travel call.
With the walk.
It's been an issue for the Pacers so far. I believe that's the third traveling violation called on them today.
Wasting little time stepping into the three there. I like the idea from Scott.
Pull-up jumper there, try to create some momentum. Bardinaro with it. And another, double dribble. Goodness gracious.
Speaking of a lot of outcomes.
Yeah, traveling, double dribble, just silly mistakes from the Pacers right now are keeping the Rams within striking distance here.
Be the first we see this afternoon from Jaya Nelson as soon as we come back from the timeout. 6:22 to go here in the first half. 26-20. Pacers lead the Rams. 26-20 our score here. 6:22 to go in the first half of play. USC Aiken leading Winston-Salem State. The Pacers have led by as many as 14 to start this game out. However, improved Rams defensive performance has led to a familiar struggle over the past few years for this USC Aiken team, which is the turnovers are starting to really hurt.
And again, a lot of these errors are forced by good defense, but some of them as well just unforced errors, double dribbles, travels, just little mistakes that gotta have to be corrected before we get into conference play. And a lot of that comes down to rhythm and timing and that sort of thing. So as these guys play a little bit more, they'll get the rhythm down.
And it's always hard to find this time of year, too, as Webster left that one short. It's just difficult during this stretch of games around the holidays where you might be playing with, 10 days off in between, or it's just really difficult to do that and then go right into, say, the Wednesday, Saturday consistency of the Peach Belt Conference.
It is, and like you mentioned, just being around the holidays in general, it's always hard to find. It can be hard to find motivation in general. It's just a holiday season. And having so many gaps in between when you are and are not playing, it can be tough to kind of build that I guess that mindset and mentality.
Really the first of the 3 seasons within a season that these teams play.
It's a team that you see, kind of killing it here in the early part, may not be doing so in conference play. So,
well, and then as we've seen, on this floor a few times in recent years, the team that you see, it won't even be the same 5 kids later on.
Absolutely.
In the season.
Be it injury, be it guys just, players just stepping up. Some guys, finding their footing a little bit, becoming who they can be as players. It just, a lot of things can change between now and February, but right now the Pacers just focused on maintaining this 6-point lead.
We'll have the offensive foul before the drive there, really on the drive, as McDermott kind of giving out the stiff arm on the way to the basket.
And her first foul.
Three Rams with 2 fouls.
Another turnover forced there by this Rams defense. Just doing such a good job reading passing lanes.
Nearly knocked away by Nelson at the other end. That one off the glass and in.
And now lead down to 4.
Harmon will work around the screen. Webster drives baseline, floater short. Nelson ends up with the offensive rebound. Harmon has to get rid of it. Under 10 on the shot clock. Webster just loses it there as McDermott able to take it away. Corner there, no good though.
A hustle play.
Symes really had that one almost teed up for her and just bounced out.
And something worth noting right now, the Pacers, after going out to that 14-point lead with 5:02 left in the first, since then they've only scored 12 points. That's been about 12 minutes, so about a point a minute for the Pacers right now. They've just got to get back to that rhythm offensively. And again, where they were finding success was from the 3-point line. You like to see them kind of get back to that a little bit here.
Yeah, the 3-point line and the defense, because they forced those 3 quick turnovers to start the game. Neither one of those has materialized really since then. Ooh, almost looked like a poke in the eye there.
Yeah,
Little was on the crossover.
I would say a break for the Pacers there, but then they fouled on the shot. So it still leads to free throws.
Visiting the charity stripe for 2 tosses is Ari Little.
Kari Little makes the first. Get this to a 2-point game if she makes the second. It's up and it's in. And after leading by as many as 14, it's now a 1-possession ball game. The Pacers really need to find anything offensively right now.
They'll draw the foul there, and been outscored 24-12 since they got out to that 14-point lead. So they just need any sort of offensive momentum they can find right now. Hopefully, you can get it here at the free throw line.
Serena Baker on the drive there after, on the previous possession, she set about 4 screens to try to get the guards free, this time taking matters into her own hands.
And Baker 6 of 9 from the free throw line. 7 of 10, shooting 70% on the season.
Her first points of the game. Gets that lead back to 4. And something else the Pacers haven't had a chance to do because of those misses on the offensive end or the turnovers. They haven't had a chance to set up their defense at the other end.
We've been doing a lot of running here defensively, and that's leading to these transition buckets. And offensive rebounding also been a struggle here.
As McDermott grabs her own, but not on that second miss as Riley Simmons brings it in. Simmons inside. Baker, that one just misses. Gets in there and fights for her own rebound, but Karina Scott able to grab it. That one almost bounced away from Chloe Williams. McDermott, will she try? She looks back. Decides not to. Whistle there on McDermott.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. No, just trying to stay in front of her man.
McDermott, who we saw with one of those threes early in the half, and now she gets the rebound.
Don't believe she's attempted a field goal since that three-pointer.
Baker, count it, and the foul. A good pump fake there to get the defender up in the air.
It's the exact kind of play you need for the Pacers here to try to build some of that offensive momentum, little hoop and harm action.
You know, I felt like I had found myself saying McDermott's name a bunch here in recent moments. How about Serena Baker? How much we've been mentioning her.
She's doing a great job.
Going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Providing that physical presence down low for the Pacers since Rhiannon Zauer had to step out with foul trouble.
And McDermott will now come out for Sammy Bardinaro.
Big rebound there.
Baker drives again, a little strong. Rams will swing this one around. 3 on the way. That's too strong. Got to be a foul there, and there is. As guess who? Serena Baker, and they're going for the ball.
And I want to give credit to Destiny Harmon on that play. You could see she thought about trying to go up to get that ball. Instead, dropped back, created a little bit of defensive pressure, broke up the fast break a little bit to force that three-pointer. Smart play by Harmon.
She knows she goes for that ball, she's probably committing a foul right there. And she's played enough basketball for Mark Miller to know not to commit the foul.
Right,
there.
yeah, right there. You're either committing the foul or you're missing the ball entirely and giving up an easy shot. As Baker knocks down the first.
Kind of a quick 5-point stretch for her, and the lead's back to 7. And make it 8. 6 points for her. Making big plays at a key time as that lead had gotten down to 2.
Another offensive rebound for the Rams. They're dominating the glass on that side right now.
a 6'3" edge on the offensive glass. That free throw spins out. An 0 for 2 trip, which has been sort of an oddity for the Rams, who started this game 6 for 7 from the stripe.
And those were the first 2 of the season for Alexandria Warren, missing both.
Harmon off the iron, no good, but rebound up short, another offensive board. That one goes in for Simmons. And so that 6'3" edge that Winston-Salem State had in the offensive rebounding, now 6'5".
It's funny how quick it can swing there. Great job offensively from the Pacers, creating those second chance opportunities after the missed 3.
That was right down Broadway for Warren. Under a minute to go, though. Pacers up 8. Bardenaro able to draw just enough contact from Warren, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line. Tough foul to give 20-plus feet away from the basket. Bardenaro's first is good.
Bardenaro just 3 for 6 coming into tonight, making that total 4 for 7 there.
Why not 5 for
8? 2 for 2 there from Bardenaro to raise her free throw percentage up this season.
9 points for her. 9 also for Riley Simmons. Pacers have a 10-point lead.
And should have a chance to get another shot off here.
8-second differential. 3 ball up and in for Warren. That's the first of the game for the Rams.
Cuts the lead to 8.
10 seconds to go. Tough drive doesn't go, and a chance here for the Rams. They've got time, and instead that one fumbled off the pass.
Tough shot there from the Rams. Had she gotten it off in time, it would have been good from Kieran Walker.
Potentially a 5-point game there instead. Pacers sort of dodge one at the very end. So what started out as a 14-point lead that then dwindled to 2 is now back to 8 as USCA carries a 36-28 lead over Winston-Salem State into the half. the second half here at the Convocation Center. USC Aiken holding a 36-28 lead over Winston-Salem State midway through on a Saturday afternoon. Kyle Dawson, Jordan Phillips bringing you the action. Jordan, what jumped out at you in the first 20 minutes?
Well, obviously the Pacers getting out to a big lead to start things off. But the thing that, as Destiny Harmon hits a big corner three there, what I was going to say was a lot of the reason they got out to that lead was hot shooting from three. They started the first quarter 4 for 5, and it looks like they want to try to get back to that here in this second half.
Maybe start the second half the same way, get that lead back up near where it was before, and right there, back to 11.
That brings them to 5 for 7 from behind the line on the day.
Know how that ball didn't get out of bounds.
No idea there.
The Rams end up with it nonetheless.
Well, and another aspect of what I was going to say was a part of the reason why that the Rams were able to dig into that lead was turnovers. And you saw another near one there, but it eventually did make its way back to the Rams. But turnovers, creating transition opportunities for the Rams is what helped them get back, as we see another one coming right now.
They go off of the rebound. That's Christiana McLean maybe trying to make up for lost time after having to sit a lot of that first half with 2 fouls. Team's leading scorer held to just 8 minutes of action.
Trap there.
Harmon looked like she maybe wanted to go inside, brought it back out, and we will have a foul there on Riley Simmons. Her second, as she and Sammy Bardinaro leading the way for the Pacers with 9 points apiece.
And that's 2 for both of the Pacers starting bigs, Zaller and Riley Simmons.
Yes, and speaking of a key piece missing time in the first half, Zaller also limited to 8 minutes after picking up a couple of quick ones.
Yeah, came out in the later part of the first half, or the first quarter, I believe, and pretty much sat the rest of the way.
Kendall Parker with it, Bardinaro corner. Whistled for the travel. So 2 of those in a double dribble, kind of emblematic of, kind of the Pacers not doing themselves a whole lot of favors.
Yeah, whereas the Rams are doing great jobs doing a great job creating those turnovers and getting in transition, the Pacers just hurting themselves with unforced errors.
Able to force the fadeaway jumper there from Lania Symes. Comes up short, and the Pacers will take that after the first half she had with 11 points.
Harmon just a little strong on that corner 3 there.
Foul was on number 11 of the Rams.
Symes, though, get hit with the foul going for the rebound.
So a break for the Pacers there. A chance to push this lead back up to double digits.
Parker out there, Bardinaro. 3 is short, long rebound. McLean ends up in the corner, just throws it off of Bardinaro, and will stay with the Rams.
Heads up play there to create that out of bounds play. But a chance for the Pacers to set up their defense, which is where they've had a lot of success today.
Symes on the drive. Contact from Zaller, no call. Symes is down. Pacers with numbers. So that'll be Riley Simmons, but Lania Symes down on the other end of the floor. Looks like they're maybe.
Yeah, Winston-Salem State begging for a foul on that one, and they probably had a good point.
Yeah, looked like a good bit of contact there on the shot attempt, and she took a hard fall. she's helped up, able to jog it off on her own. Good to see.
Yeah, hard fall there, scary play, but good to see her get back up under her own power and get off.
Looked like they were just looking at that left hip a little bit. But also good to see she just goes right back to her seat on the bench, not to the table or anything like that. So we'll expect to see her back in there soon.
Just probably needs a breather, catch her breath, get her wits back about her.
McLean cut off there. Harmon gave a little bit of help defense there as Bardinaro was in pursuit.
And a jump ball is going to give it back to the Rams.
As Simmons going for that rebound, got in between both of the Rams bigs down there, and they were able to lock her up. Tough shot attempt there, goes in. Alana Biosi, 9 points for her now. Bardinaro works around the Simmons screen. Simmons on the drive, cut off, back out, shot clock under 10. Works it around, three-pointer on the way. Couple bounces, no good for Parker. And a foul going for the rebound. And that is Zaller. Just like that, her third could very easily be the fourth.
Pace is going to have to keep an eye on that one. Again,
she comes right out, and Serena Baker checking back in.
And Baker was a big part of the offense there in that second quarter where the Pacers were able to kind of get that lead back out to a respectable margin. So we'll see if she can contribute on that end again.
McLean, baseline jumper.
Lead down to 7 now. Things get a little spooky here for the Pacers.
And again, just a few moments ago, it was, 11 and talking about adding to it. Parker, no, tied up. As Parker was down there with Biosi. Will be Pacer ball as we approach the midway point here of the third quarter.
And the struggle is continuing from Destiny Harmon from behind the line. She was shooting just 26% coming into the evening. And she's made just one tonight. I believe that puts her at 1 for 4 on the evening.
She's able to get open off of the inbound. Pass back out. Simmons will get whistled for the travel.
Simmons seems to like to fake that three and drive with it. I'd like to see her take that shot. Again, shooting 57% on the season. She's 1 for 1 tonight. I'd like to see her put up a few of those.
Morgan McDermott getting back in as Bardinaro will take a breather. There's the drive. Up and in, Maya Madison Walker.
Another little bit of contact there that I believe the Pacers get away with.
That looked like Baker could have gotten whistled for one there. McDermott, that one taken away. Madison Walker can't avoid the contact that time, as that one will go against Parker. That is now her second.
And more of what we say, transition opportunities coming off of turnovers is a lot of where the Rams have had their success tonight.
Double-digit lead now, back down to 5. Kind of a little bit of gut check time for the Pacers once we come back from this timeout. 41-36, 4:45 to go in quarter number 3. 41-36, USC Aiken over Winston-Salem State. 4:45 to go in quarter number 3. Maya Madison Walker at the line for the Rams as another double-digit deficit has become very manageable for Winston-Salem State, doing it in large part with the turnover, and I had to stop myself from saying by forcing turnovers. A lot of these have been unforced errors.
Absolutely, and you bring up that turnover margin. 15 turnovers for the Pacers, just 6 for Winston-Salem. And
a reversal from the first few minutes of this game.
And an optimist could say, oh, well, you've got 15 turnovers and you're still winning the game. That's true, but this is more of a forward-thinking thing. You're not going to be able to get away with this when you get into the throes of the Peach Belt Conference season. Having 15 turnovers, you're not going to find yourself in this situation very often.
Good pass inside from Harmon for Zaller. Pacers needed to see something like that go down.
Crisp and clean. Very nice job by Harmon to get that ball inside to Zaller, and good job from Zaller to finish through a little bit of contact.
Good body control. Trying to force the issue there. Will get dinged for the travel when that potentially could have been an offensive foul.
I thought it might have been an offensive foul, but either way, it'll be Pacer ball, and they'll look to put a little bit more padding on this lead here.
Parker trying to shake McLean. Instead, we'll draw foul number 3.
Harmon looking for somebody to pass to.
Yeah, you need somebody to get open in that situation.
Not a lot of movement on that inbound, guys. The lady's just kind of standing there. You gotta get moving. Got to get open. More of the same here.
Same again, and that will be a 5-second violation. And Mark Miller's stare is going directly in the direction of Kendall Parker.
Yeah, again, just not a lot of movement from the team there to get an open pass on the inbound. And again, we've seen tight defense as that one
got the bounce.
Bounces off every part of the rim and finally falls.
Biosi. 11 points for her now. And that goes back to the forced versus unforced errors. This isn't to suggest that Winston-Salem State wasn't doing anything defensively there. I mean, the Rams defended that the way that you want to, but when no one's moving to get open, you got to look at that as an unforced error.
And not just that, but we've seen the Rams cause issues for the Pacers on these inbound passes. They're playing tight defense on these inbounds, and it's causing all kind of problems for the Pacers. But again, you just need someone to get a little bit of separation to get the ball in.
And that may be a case where you bring in a Paris Webster, and
he's got a little bit of quickness, a little bit of shiftiness to her game.
Bardinaro back out there now too. Bardinaro, who despite her reputation of having such a good long-range shot, seems to always find her way open.
She does.
3 ball goes down.
1 point game.
And it's a 1-point game.
The Pacers need a bucket here more than anything else. More tough defense here from the Rams.
Webster inside for Zaller, and honestly, the Pacers catch a big break.
Big
there.
time. I'm in agreement with the Rams here. I'm not sure that was a foul, but either way.
Even if it is, that ball's turned over.
That's a gift, yeah. That ball was already in the hands of the Rams, so. A break.
Now if you're the Pacers, you have to capitalize.
And you got to get the ball in.
Harmon, no, the offensive rebound, kind of a wild up and under there from Zaller, but it was clean. Alas, the Rams with a chance here to take the lead.
We'll see what they get into. Pacers have done a good job stopping them when they've had their defense set.
Jumper on the way, no good. There will be a foul on the rebound, and that will be on Walker.
Another good defensive possession. When they've had a chance to get their defense set, they've done a good job stopping the Rams. But when the Rams are able to force these turnovers, get out in transition, that's when the Pacers have had their struggles. And the best way to prevent fast break opportunities is to get buckets.
And that's another foul that's going to go against Walker in a very short stretch here.
That's 2 quick fouls on her.
And that's going to put Bardnaro on the free throw line. First one spins out.
Bardnaro struggling a little bit from the free throw line this season. Was shooting just 50% coming into the game. Off the mark on both there.
Short rebound opportunity bounces off of Simmons' hands. Walker ends up with it. And again, Rams can take their first lead of the afternoon with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Walker, no. Rebound just taken away from Zaller by Biosi.
And one.
First lead of the day.
Brutal swing there for the Pacers. You got the miss. You just had the rebound in your hands and got it taken away.
Webster hit with the foul on that one. At the three-point play from Biosi is her 14 for the afternoon. Winston-Salem State has come all the way back and leads at 45-43. Under 2 to go in the third quarter. Inside Zaller, contact, and count that and the foul.
Big time bucket there from Rhiannon Zaller. The Pacers needed that. That gives them a little bit of confidence, and you hit this free throw here to take back the lead. You feel a little bit better about yourselves.
And we were just, praising her body control earlier to be able to score through contact. That one, though, was just kind of a, hey, that was a nice shot. Nothing called on that one. This carries the added kind of momentum boost of that whistle and of that opportunity at the free throw line.
And again, the Pacers' leading scorer this season, and you need to get her going a little bit, and that's a good way to get it started. Off the mark there.
No good. So just a regular 2 tie ball game. 1:22 to go here in the third. First time in a while we had seen Sierra Hunter. That jumper attempt comes up short, ends up with the Pacers.
And Zaller going to come off now.
3 fouls with under a minute and a half to go. You don't want to pick up number 4 in the closing stretches here of the third quarter, I suppose. You want to have both of those fouls in your pocket for the fourth quarter. Reach in there from Warren.
Again,
that's maybe the kind of cheapie you don't want to pick up near the end of the quarter.
I hesitate to say stagnation, but the Pacers not doing a lot of moving. Webster kind of dribbling around looking to find somebody, and guys just kind of standing around a little bit there. Big time shot there from Webster to get the lead back.
Second on the way. A profitable trip there for Webster and the Pacers. Walker, front of the rim and in.
Big time bucket there.
That'll tie it back up. Long pass down there for Simmons. And overthrew that one a little bit.
And felt like a little bit of pressing. You didn't really have to get that. You didn't really have to put that much pressure on yourselves. I feel like they kind of moved a little bit too fast there. Had plenty of time to kind of set something up.
just about a 4-second differential here between game and shot clock. Corner jumper goes down. Biosi again. Just a 2, but still 16 points for her. Webster driving at the horn. We will get a foul call on the play.
Wow. Big time break for the Pacers there.
I think we just didn't get a loud whistle on that one because the entire Pacer bench was pointing and the official already had 2 fingers held up.
Yeah, so a chance to tie the ball game here for Paris Webster,
who did just have a 2-for-2 trip. We'll probably look and just see the time that needs to be put on the clock here. We take the review, but that was a situation where the Pacers needed to be in a hurry, and Webster, does I think a good job of putting herself in a position to where either, look, I'm going to score or I'm getting fouled, one of the two.
Yeah, and does a good job. Paris Webster is so quick, so much burst in her game, and that's why she gets the ball in that situation. Just a few seconds left, you got to get to the rim, and she did a great job of doing that, and she's going to be rewarded with a chance for 2 points here.
So 0.7 on the clock. Things can still happen here. Webster, after the delay, makes the first. Another one of those 2-for-2 trips will tie this thing up. Second is good.
Big time there from Webster to hit those 2 free throws and get this game tied up going into the 4th.
Yep, that'll send us to the 4th. It's been a roller coaster ride here on a Saturday afternoon, and we got 10 minutes left. Pacers 49, Rams 49. Fourth quarter about to get underway here at the Convocation Center, and we're right back where we started this thing. Tie ball game, 49-49 between USC Aiken and Winston-Salem State. This one has had a little bit of everything this afternoon, and still plenty can happen over these last 10 minutes.
Absolutely, and that third quarter dominated a little bit by Winston-Salem State, outscoring the Pacers 21-13, but the good news, if you're the Pacers, they outscored you 21-13, and it's still a tie ball game. So all you have to do, tighten up a couple of little things, not try to commit less turnovers, which has really been the big thing all game long.
8 of them in that quarter for USC Aiken.
18 on the game as Webster pulls up from the free throw line.
What a spark plug she's been since coming into this game. 6 points for her. That's the first jumper, but it puts the 8 points rather. Puts the Pacers back ahead.
She's been huge for the Pacers today. Like you mentioned, just a spark plug. A lot of energy and a lot of pace comes when she steps on the floor.
Jumper no good. Simmons rebound. Webster up ahead for Barnaro. We'll see if Webster right back to the well. Floater rolls it in. Paris Webster on fire right now.
Catching fire, 10 points for her. What a start to this fourth quarter from Paris Webster.
Long three, no good. Offensive board, though. And that is Sierra Hunter with the second chance points. But Karen Walker, once again, showing no fear with that long jumper. She looks like she's ready to pull at any given time.
Absolutely, and that's just the kind of shot that you have to take if you're Winston-Salem State.
That puts stress on a defense.
Absolutely, and you've done a good job rebounding today. And the Pacers with the lead in that category, they've done a good job kind of limiting those offensive rebounds. But early on in the game, Winston-Salem State was kind of dominating a little bit on that offensive glass, so you might as well take that shot and just live with the consequences if it doesn't go in.
Webster goes inside. Zaller, fade away.
Zaller showing so much growth over her time here. That's the kind of shot she never would have even attempted last year. Not only did she have the confidence to shoot it, she had the confidence to knock it down.
Foul will be called there and put Biosi on the line. Biosi with 16 points this afternoon. Make it 17. Averaging 4.8 per game coming in. But with some of the Rams, leading scoring options having to sit with foul trouble, she's really answered the call.
She's been a revelation for this Rams team, and she's a big part of the reason why this game is as close as it is. Paris Webster tried to go up again.
That'll stay down here. Is that one? You talk about a lot of potential outcomes just on that play alone.
That was tough there. Webster lost her dribble going up for the shot, and it rolled and just kind of hovered around the baseline, and both she and a member of the Rams went for it at the same time, and the Pacers get the bounce.
Inside, Harmon will dribble out of harm's way there.
Wide open three, off the mark.
Little strong. Off the hand of Simmons. Jumper Symes, but she gets her own rebound. Back out.
Went soaring in for that rebound there.
Walker the quick pull, Bardinaro the rebound. Webster will go inside forward. Simmons, but she's hit with the travel.
It's a tough break there for the Pacers in another unforced error. Picking up that pivot foot.
That'll bring in Serena Baker. Turnover number 19 on the afternoon. Destiny Harmon forces one, though. The good drop off. Zaller, too strong. Baker in there fighting. Up, no good. It'll stay down at this end.
And we talked about Harmon's defensive effort at the start of the broadcast and how she worked her way up to a starter last year because of that defensive effort, and it was on full display right there to create that turnover.
Yeah, Mark Miller wants a team of competitors, wearing those Pacer jerseys, and he's got one there in number 0 without a doubt. Baker!
Flexing the muscles on that one, finishing through contact and one. What a play from Serena Baker for her 8th point of the game.
And Baker's a couple of, funny bounces in the first half away from having like 16 points right now.
Yeah, she's having a great game, and she's had such an impact on this game, and you may not necessarily see it reflected in the stat sheet at all times, but just her presence on the court for some of these stretches where Rhiannon Zahler has had to be off the floor has just been a stabilizing force for the Pacers today.
I mean, she just came in for Riley Simmons, and that's the play that she makes, as soon as she's reinserted into the game.
And that's the kind of play that'll land you in the starting lineup.
Symes, tough look there. Zahler, good job on the board. Harmon squeezes that pass in there. Baker is hit.
And Harmon was trying to get that ball to Zahler on the cut. She couldn't corral it, and Baker was right there to pick it up. Again, these are just the little things that you can do throughout a game that will get your number called more and more often as the season goes on.
Pass nearly stolen on the inbound. Good effort there from Christiana McLean.
A tough play there. Some discussion here between the officials. Not sure what
just adjust the shot clock just went from 20 to 6.
And that'll put a lot of pressure on the Pacers here. Head coach Mark Miller wanting an explanation. Some more discussion here between the officials.
We'll see if the contention here is whether or not possession was established before that ball went out.
Head coach Mark Miller arguing, but looks like he's not going to get his wish.
So 6 to shoot. Make it 5 now after the kick.
It's another bit of pressure on this inbound here.
They'll reset that to 30 after the kick. So
break for the Pacers there.
Don't quite have to be in hurry-up mode.
Yeah, bad break there for the Rams. Just kind of takes a little bit of that pressure off the Pacers here as time continues to tick down.
Inside, Zahler up and in.
What touch on that shot from Rhiannon Zahler, the fader.
11 points for her. Pacers lead back to 7 as we hit 5.5 minutes to play. Walker way downtown.
What a shot from Walker. Goodness gracious,
again,
falling away.
No hesitation to
None
put that up.
whatsoever, and that's part of why she's been able to knock so many of them down. She's just got no fear.
And what a fun kind of offense and defense matchup to have Bardnaro and Walker, because both can and will do that.
Absolutely. Both of them quick triggers, and they want to pull it. Off the mark there was Zahler.
Got everything right on that play except for the ball going in. Gives the foul at the other end to put McLean on the line. And that is the 4th on Rhiannon Zahler. Riley Simmons quickly up off the bench.
That's going to make things tough here going on the rest of this game for Rhiannon Zahler.
But that'll take us to the under 5, so we'll step away for a moment. Pacers back in front, 60-56. 8:56 to go here on this Saturday afternoon at the Convocation Center. USCA 60, Winston-Salem State 56. Christiana McLean at the line for the Rams can cut this deficit in half. The Rams leading scorer coming into this game had those 2 early fouls in the first half. Hasn't had much chance to develop a rhythm, but up to 7 points now and a chance to make it 8. And 8 it is.
A couple of clutch free throws there for the Rams. Makes this a 2-point game. And Zaller's going to come off.
With 4 fouls, can't risk going out with something cheap and still about 5 minutes to play. Harmon will look inside for Baker. That pass just out of reach. Walker steps right into one. Side of the rim. Webster. Had stepped out of bounds and within a tough spot over there in the corner on that long rebound.
Yeah, tough spot there. Just caught it in a bad angle.
Walker, I'm almost surprised she didn't shoot again right there.
Good hands there.
No good. Baker going for the rebound. Jump ball will stay down at this end.
A good rebound attempt there from Baker, but just couldn't quite bring it down all the way after the rebound.
There's the 3 from Walker and a foul.
It's tough. That is tough. And that's where that quick trigger will get you. You got to make quick reactions, and sometimes you just crowd them too much.
That's the last, so the last 2 attempts that she's had have been misses. But one, you maintain possession by stepping out of bounds, going for the rebound. The other, you draw the foul. Just keeping constant pressure on the opposing defense.
And Rhiannon Zaller back on the floor now.
Obviously got to make sure she doesn't give anything up going for a potential rebound here.
A big miss there for the Pacers.
Still an opportunity for Walker to tie it. Again, Zaller, I think, is the player to watch on this shot. It goes down, 60-60, 4:08 remaining. Webster has really been kind of a spark plug in the second half. Harmon back out to Webster, approaching 10 on the shot clock. Try to work around a screen. Falls, loses the ball.
Need to get set on defense here.
Inside, McLean. Tough jumper in the middle of 3 defenders.
Tough doesn't really even describe that, man. Hand in her face, falling away. Big time bucket from McLean.
62-60. Rams enjoying one of their rare leads of the afternoon. Harmon looking to take it back. That one bounces out. Symes with the rebound. Pull up, strong. Offensive board. That was Kari Little.
It's just a brutal possession there for the Pacers. The three-pointer goes in and out. You get the rebound, and you just get it taken away before you can secure it fully. That's just a brutal sequence for the Pacers there, but a good job getting back on defense to prevent a transition bucket.
Symes. Count it.
And
the
one.
foul.
tough break there. Tough shot from Symes.
That foul will be charged to Simmons, her third, and we'll have a timeout.
Just a rough sequence there for the Pacers. You know, just again, just bad miss there on the three-pointer. You hate to see a shot go in and out like that. The rebound and then the bucket on the other end with the and one.
And so a spot of bother for the Pacers, but 2:47 still on the clock. They'll talk it over during this timeout. We'll see what they come up with for this last stretch.
And play will resume with the nice signs at the charity stripe.
64-60 Winston-Salem State, 2:47 to go. Lanaya Symes at the line, and she has been a problem all day long. She just earned the and one opportunity. Free throw doesn't drop.
And
13 points for her. And again, one of the top rebounders. There's a three.
And that rebound from Riley Simmons gives her a double-double today. So impressive performance from her. Pacers cut the lead to 1 now.
Walker way downtown. What a shot.
Bottoms.
And what a bit of redemption before that for Harmon, who had the previous three-point attempt get halfway down and come out.
And the Pacers got to remember here, there's no reason to get crazy.
And one from Webster.
Or why not? Why not get crazy? Why not get crazy there from Paris Webster? What a shot and a finish. With a chance to cut the lead to 1 here. What a play there from Webster.
Well, if it's let's get crazy, that may fit right into her wheelhouse.
It does, and that she plays with so much pace and so much energy.
Simmons,
Huge.
another rebound. The follow, no good. Still a 2-point lead for the Rams as we are under 2 to play.
And someone needs to be glued to Kieran Walker.
McLean under 10 on the shot clock. Symes has to get rid of it. She does. No good. Rebound fought for. Walker rebound, 3 out. Oh, tough fall there for Maya Madison Walker after picking up the big rebound.
It's tough there. It's a tough foul call there. There was a little bit of contact, but I felt like both of them were going for the ball there. That's brutal for the Pacers because it leads to free throws.
First one, no good. So it'll remain a one-possession game.
Big break for the Pacers there. Madison Walker, 1 for 3. Make it 2 for 4.
Big second free throw there, 3-point game. And they'll extend the defense a little bit.
And again, if you're the Pacers, you don't got to get it all back here. You know, just get points on the board and then trust your defense on the other end.
Look inside, Zauer falling away from it. Good bucket there for Zaller.
Big time play from Rhiannon Zaller, man. Goodness gracious, what a performance from her tonight.
Back to a 1-point game. 1 minute to play. Walker pump fakes. Karen Walker to her right, no good. Simmons another rebound. They'll tie her up. It'll be Pacer basketball.
Big break there for the Pacers. Great rebound there from Simmons and good defense on that possession to prevent Karen Walker from getting an easy walk to the basket. Did a good job not biting on the pump fake on the three-pointer and then forced her to the rim where she had the height advantage to force a bad shot.
Yeah, Simmons 11 points, 12 rebounds.
Double-double performance from her. Impressive for the true freshman.
So a 19.4-second differential. Pacers will get it back down a point. Do you go fast here?
I try to milk the clock. You know, the Pacers have done a good job of time of possession all night long, and I feed the hot hand. I go to Rhiannon Zaller down low, and I let her go to work.
See, when I ask about going fast, I wonder if it's, do you put it in Paris Webster's hands or do you go to Zaller? Because I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
I think
right
either
now.
one of those is a good option. Paris Webster is a big part of why the Pacers are even in striking distance right now. She's bringing so much energy to the floor, and they do go to Paris Webster. She's waving them off. She wants to go iso ball.
Be out Harmon. Back in for Zaller for the lead. She got it.
Goodness gracious, what a shot from Rhiannon Zaller. I want to say that head coach Miller heard me talking about that and drew that one up.
He was looking over here.
I'm telling you, it's hard to say. You know, we will never know, but what a bucket from Rhiannon Zaller there to give the Pacers back the lead. And if all goes well, they'll have at least a little bit of time left after this shot clock expires.
That's right. 69-68, the Pacer lead, 32 and a half to go. And, I mean, this game really has had just about a little bit of everything. The way these holiday time games seem to always do.
We discussed this before we came on the broadcast. These holiday time games where, you know, the crowds are a little sparse due to students being on break or what have you, they always seem to bring a little something strange. And this game has had plenty of strange things happening.
Plenty of strange in this one. And Pacers maybe giving the home crowd something to remember them by with the next home game not being for a while. The turnover, who else? Zaller ends up with it.
Rhiannon Zaller doing her best Travis Hunter impression, getting it done on offense, getting it done on defense. What a play from Rhiannon Zaller, playing a little bit of safety back there to pick that one off, and she'll get 2 free throws.
Now a job to do at the line. That's 7 of 10 from the floor tonight for Zaller. First free throw is perfect.
Big time bucket there from Zaller.
16 points, 5 rebounds, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and now a steal.
Stuff in the stat sheet tonight is Rhiannon Zaller, man. What a play from her. And again, we talked about this throughout the broadcast, just showing off the growth, man. This is not a player that you would have seen last year. Zaller, you know, she struggled with injury, as we've mentioned. She struggled with consistency because of those injuries. And now she's healthy, and she's showing you how dangerous she is out there.
71-68, now the Pacers lead. One last full timeout to get in that last minute strategy. Pacers, I think the key point right now is don't foul on a shot attempt. Unless it's such a good foul that the shot cannot go in.
Well, I look at it like this, and this is something that you're starting to see a little bit more in the NBA, you know, for good or worse, for better or for worse. You got a 3-point lead with 30 seconds left. If you foul, they can only shoot 2 free throws, and you get the ball back.
Correct. It's just the being careful about the shot attempt
Yeah.
part of things. And I take a look at somebody like Kieran Walker over there.
Who is?
There's no telling she can't pull from 65 feet.
No, absolutely not. The way she's been shooting the ball tonight, you don't foul her anywhere or
Right.
for any reason.
There's one where if you can foul somebody, do it where they can't even get their arms
Yep.
above their
Get a wrap up kind of situation.
And this could be a thing, too, where on the inbound where it's a quick pass right back to her.
Running the length of the floor there, trying to create separation.
This one will get away. Saved, though. 15 seconds. Symes, no good. Zaller going for the rebound. Now Kieran Walker will go to the line.
And I
But
want
with 9.4 seconds to go in a three-point game.
And I want to give some more praise to Rhiannon Zaller there, because though she did lose the ball after that, she had great defensive positioning there, hands straight up, feet set, no movement to create a tough look on that initial shot.
I believe they've charged her with the foul, which will be her fifth. I think everyone's saying it wasn't her, but.
So Zaller's day is done, but man, what a
What a day.
performance.
What
What
a
a day
day.
for her. She deserves this 9.4 seconds of rest.
Well, she's, I say, not resting either. She was standing up shouting during the free throw attempt. 2-point game. We'll see what Kieran Walker chooses to do here. Up, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Rebound, put back, foul.
Goodness gracious.
Symes, 2 offensive rebounds.
Symes.
She's been an absolute menace today.
She has. She's terrorizing the Pacers on both ends of the floor, and now she's got a chance to tie the game.
I don't know how one of those didn't go in.
I don't either. The Pacers are very fortunate it didn't. Double bigs down low for the Pacers now.
First one good, 1-point game, 5.2 on the clock.
That 5.2 is very important. The Pacers will have a chance if they need to take a shot here.
The tying effort is good.
And that'll advance the ball, so the Pacers will have a chance at a buzzer beater here. That's important to remember now.
A full timeout, 5.2 seconds to go. USCA and Winston-Salem State, for all the ups and downs and backs and forths, we're right back tied.
And what a game. What a game this has been between these two teams. Again, we talked about it before, the game got started. These are two teams, 1-4, both of them on the season, desperately needing a little bit of momentum to kind of get their season back on track. And both of these teams showing you how desperate they are for a win today, fighting, scratching, clawing for it here in this game.
Well, in past seasons, this would be when you would make sure the ball was in Gentry Worley's hands. With her having graduated, who do you go to here? Zaller, remember, picked up number 5.
If I can't say Rhiannon Zaller in this game, I say Paris Webster. She's been such a force offensively for the Pacers today, and she just brings so much energy, so much pace. You need something quick to happen, you get it in the hands of Rhiannon, or in the hands of Paris Webster. That's how I approach this
It might
situation.
be a drive and see if you can get to the line kind of thing. She's shown off that floater a couple of times.
Yep. And she's on the floor.
Of course, you got to watch out for Parker. The inbounder is always a dangerous player here.
Absolutely, and again, more importantly, the Pacers have struggled on the inbounds today. They won't this time.
Will be Webster. Inside, Baker for the win. Got it!
Baker!
Serena Baker!
What a bucket from Serena Baker. Wow.
Pacers win it, 73-71.
Paris Webster drew all that pressure. A dangerous pass. Baker initially didn't get a handle of it.
Off balance on the reception.
Didn't get a handle on it. Turns, fires, hits the bucket, and gets the win. What a play from Serena Baker.
And they're going to the monitor over there.
just to make sure. I believe that one got off in plenty of time, but we got to just double check on a play like that. The crowd calling ball game on that one. And if it is indeed ball game, what a shot, what a pass from Paris Webster.
And if this one does indeed count, that will get Baker to 11 points for the afternoon and would also give her the game winner. Still no indication from the officials at the table. Now would not be the time for a Wi-Fi malfunction.
No, don't want to have any sort of issues with Pacer guest right now.
Let me disconnect my devices.
Everybody disconnect your device to get all the bandwidth we can get to the replay iPad.
Let's see the call. Count it!
All game.
Baker and the Pacers win it.
What a performance from this Pacer team. Gutsy performance. Could have given up when they saw that 14-point lead evaporate. When the Rams go up 4 late with just a minute 30 left, they could have given up at any point. They did not. They stayed in the game. They kept their heads down, and this is what happens. You get rewarded with a win because of that effort.
And one of the games where you truly do hate to see that somebody has to lose, because Winston-Salem State, kind of the flip side of that, what they had to battle back from early in the game, to be able to take a late lead, only to see it end like that. That's the true highs and lows of college basketball.
All credit in the world to Winston-Salem State. They showed up, and played their game. They could have given up after going down 14, and they didn't. They stayed down. They kept their way in it. They scratched, they clawed, and just unfortunately, like you mentioned, somebody's got to lose the game, and today it was them.
Rhiannon Zaller leading the way, 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting with 5 rebounds. Riley Simmons a double-double with 11 points and 12 rebounds. Serena Baker 11 points, including the game winner. Paris Webster 12 points and 5 assists. Destiny Harmon 7 points. Sammy Bardinaro 9 points. Truly, contributions came from everywhere this afternoon.
This is a team win at its very, very truest of that definition.
62.5% shooting in the fourth quarter, and it came, like you're saying, from a variety of sources.
It's just a great performance today from everybody on the team. Again, you get a double-double performance from the true freshman Riley Simmons, and and I don't mean this as an insult, it was one of the quietest double-doubles I've ever seen. She just goes out there, gets it done.
Just goes to work.
Goes to work, gets it done. No flash, no pizzazz, just gets it done. And that's a great performance from her. As you mentioned, Paris Webster, every time we looked up, she was doing something incredible. And, of course, Serena Baker with the game winner.
And now it's on to Barton for this is where we see, truly how weird it gets with the holiday schedule, that a quick turnaround to go up to Barton on Tuesday. Then the next game's December 7th at Lander.
Exactly. That's exactly the kind of thing that you see here early on in the season, these long breaks. But this is the kind of win that you can take into a break like that and build off of it.
It's a whole lot easier to look at the positives when it's coming with the victory.
Absolutely.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Convocation Center this afternoon. The women will be back in action at home on December 14th. So make sure to follow along on Pacersports.com. Get those live streams of the road games coming up. We'll be with you a couple more times before the calendar year is over. The men will be at home this coming Saturday against Claflin. So that's the next time we'll have action from the Convocation Center. But we'll sign it off from here for Jordan Phillips. It's Kyle Dawson. We'll see you next time.